Good evening, and welcome to another knock-kneed version of Diatribes. I'm the voice of doom. Now here's your knuckle-headed and knowledgeable host, voice of doom. Alright. I said I was going to disavow the internet and the connection that everybody has with each other because it is nothing but trouble, but just for the sake of posterity, I'll do another diatribe for my 2 or 3 fans, which is ridiculous because I should have 1 million people, but no. I didn't do enough to promote myself. But we're reaching the end now. This Charlie Kirk thing is a big thing, and I told you it would be. And I want to talk about, it's, first of all, it's kind of heartbreaking because the guy had kind of the perfect life. He had a wife and a couple of small kids, and they show footage, and it's hard to watch. I'd rather watch the shooting than watch, him smiling with his kids on the beach, because it's just too much. And I've gone through that too, but I always, back in the day when I had a kid with a stroller and I'm walking down the street, I would, people who write, people who have imaginations, think about things and think about how tragic something would be if you were just walking a kid down the street and some random shooter shoots you and you are left bleeding in the sidewalk while the kid in the stroller starts crying. When you're a writer, when you're a creative person, you think about those tragic scenarios and you become retrospective or introspective, and you think about other people and the tragedies they've gone through. Their daughters killed and left in the sewer by a couple of people that weren't supposed to be in this country. And it's tragic and it's heartbreaking. It's hard to take it, it's hard to do it. This planet is a torture chamber. But I'll tell you about the microcosm a bit. I know it's boring, but it's kind of like, I told you this series of events that happened in my workplace where, I learned of the assassination and I was upset. And then I couldn't let it go. And I probably talked to people about how I felt, and the particular geographical area of where I was working is more on the blue side of the great state of Nevada. But the big cities always have the blues, and they got me. I didn't argue with them, but I just knew it would be bad. And then today I got a notice from my boss saying that there was a secret shopper person that I waited on, and I was very bad. And it was on the very day that I was really not into working, and I would just as soon have the whole place go up in smoke for all I cared. And some secret shopper comes in. I won't go into detail about that because it's too stupid. It's like you reach a certain point in life, and it's like you look at the corporate BS of a restaurant chain and realize that they need me more than I need them by far, because the place is a zoo. But I got a little talking to from the boss, who was very nice because he knew that it was all a bunch of BS. And I did the Buddhist thing. Don't defend yourself. I said, thank you. I really appreciate the feedback. That will help me a lot. Thanks. And a lot of BS. I mean, I don't want to get into it too much. I won't be there much longer. I know it. It's not my thing. It's a big mess. So that happened at work, and I realized that it's all tied together with the macrocosm, because I'm responsible for all this crap. And it really irritates me. Well, I'm really disappointed that I could have done a lot more on this planet. I know I could have. I knew when I was in 4th or 5th grade that I was going to be a leader. But circumstances changed things, and I had to just kind of, I don't want to get into my life story, but I couldn't be president because I was, uprooted from my comfortable zone in Seattle and flown to Hawaii when I was 10 years old. And I had to learn a whole new culture and a whole new way of thinking and a whole new way of dumbing myself down in order to fit in. And it's hard to explain, but that's the 70s, and that's what happened. They dumbed us down. It started way long ago. And now they're so dumb, it's beyond redemption. Literally. This coin their phrases is literally beyond redemption to get this planet back on track. And there's a lot of reasons for that besides Charlie Kirk. There's a lot of reasons for why we can't keep going like we're going. They're creating the damn technology to get rid of us. I don't see why people don't get it. They don't want more people. Oh, our population is going down in Japan because of the old people and whatever. They don't care. They want the population to go way down because they can have technology do the heavy work and control everything, and you only need a few people to maintain, just like in Player Piano by Vonnegut. A few people to maintain the machines. I mean, think about it now. Am I the only one? We have idiots running rampant everywhere. They don't know anything. They can't read. They can't write. They can't do basic math. Only with their devices, and then they don't even understand what they're doing. Get a logarithm of such and such, and it's like, what's a logarithm? So forget that. But there's somebody out there. There's a bunch of people. There's probably millions of people, and they're the ones that will survive. We're making tiny chips with so much information on it that you can't even imagine it. Now, I don't see how those two things meld together into a cohesive planet. I don't see how we could have so much technology where you have a little phone with all this crap in it. You can do anything on it. You have the universe in your hand, and yet they can't feed people. They can't get people jobs. People are running around. They're on fentanyl. They're zombies. There's homeless. Now, come on. The jobs will be done by AI. Every job. A waiter will be a beautiful, beautiful woman who does everything right because you program what you want into her breasts and she goes running off to get your food. Come on. So what use is human carbon-based flesh water bags useful for this planet, except for the elite, who somehow created this society where AI will take over everything? I mean, come on, there's billions of people on this planet, not just people in America. There's people in Africa and Southeast Asia and, Bangladesh and everywhere else. Where are they going to find a job? They might do well in an agrarian little village until some typhoon takes them out. Or, the weather control that they have going on just says, well, we don't need all these villagers over here, so... And I'm serious about that, so don't even talk to me. It's happening. It's weird weather patterns. They can just sweep away people at will. So this Charlie Kirk thing is going to be a lead up to the end. And I don't care anymore. Fire me tomorrow. I don't care. Because I can find a temporary job until the end comes, but it's coming. And when it comes, I want to be home with my food and my water. And that's the way it is. I mean, really, I was going to talk about Charlie Kirk and I didn't even get to it. What was I going to say? It's just so depressing to think. He had really the perfect life, and he was a good guy. And it's really irritating for people to, the hypnotized people that have just been indoctrinated into this idea that certain people are racist and homophobes and transphobes and this kind of phobes because they have one certain opinion, when people are a lot more tolerant than you give them credit for. I know in my last episode I said they weren't, but that's just little things. In general, it's like, do what you want to do, but if you take it too far, then we're going to get mad, and now you're going to call us names, and now you're going to shoot us. And it's like, I'm just giving you history. I'm giving you, the way things are. And if you really think about it, how can we have a socialist society? Because think about it. How do we do, let's have a conversation and then a bullet goes off. Just like Charlie Brown said when Lucy and Charlie Brown are arguing about this and that and this and that. And Charlie Brown's saying, well, if we two can't get along, then how do we expect our neighborhood to get along? If our neighborhood can't get along, how do we expect our country to get along? If our, and then Lucy, throws a punch at him, and he goes rolling backwards, and she goes, he was just making too much sense, and walks away. That's the universe. That's this planet right now. We're going to be done soon, man. And you guys aren't going to be able to handle it. If you don't have a lot of food and water and some way to sustain yourself, you're going to be in bad shape. All you boomers that have made all your money and everybody else that, I'm sorry for the Z's and the millennials that have had to inherit a planet that's doomed. It's not possible to live here anymore. Come on. I'll talk more about this later because I know that things are coming soon. Things are going to go bad soon. So I'll try to get in a few more diatribes for the next few days or weeks. because I don't have any faith in survival. All right. Goodbye.